1, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy hump day to you. It's the 16th of December, and I am sitting here talking to my boy, The Dream. Yo, what is going on, player?
What's good, son?
Feeling excellent.
Day, brother. Another beautiful day in the world. Another day to be happy to be alive. Another day to try to make the most of out there and do your own thing, gang. So get with it.
Absolutely, man. Guys, we are having a good time, and we are nearing the holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, the whole package, and just looking forward to we've had a great 2015, Dream. Looking forward to an even more incredible 2016, brother.
Definitely. Get out there, gang. If you haven't done your Christmas shopping, get out there and get it done. Get it done. Don't let your fam down, man.
Don't let them down.
No, you don't want to go. I told you about Amazon, online shopping, whatever you got to do. Get on top of it, man. Don't let the peeps down that depend on you. They're looking for it, and they're looking for you. I'm doing my best on my end to help put a couple dollars in your pocket. Yesterday was financially a landslide.
Incredible, man. As I got to give it up to you, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers emerge over the Boston Celtics. Dream. You know what? I was a little afraid of the game. That is my boy LeBron and all, but I got to give it to you. I sent you a tweet on Twitter thanking you for that, and big ups to you for the Cleveland Cavs making it work, man.
No doubt, man. We got the Cavs to work, and then we also hit, we had a 3-team parlay out there that went down too as well. The Flyers, the Rangers, and the Dallas Stars. You were on the Rangers, so I'll give you some credit for that.
Absolutely.
Great call on your part.
Yep.
I was on the Flyers, and I'm going to give Jim Romas some credit for that because he brought the Flyers, had me take another little bit of a look at the Flyers in the Islander game, which was a game that they actually lost. But I got a chance to take a look at them, and I did notice that the physicality on their end, they had stepped it up a notch. Now, of course, it was a gut-wrenching, nail-biting game, which, as I'd have it no other way in anything that I get involved in. But, hey, at the end of the day, they were able to get that win. So big ups to them, big ups to him, and the Dallas Stars just do what they always tend to do.
Absolutely. Guys, we are live right now on Twitter at SBTV Nation, and we are also streamed live on YouTube and having a good time. And I'm already looking at the corner of my eye.
Don't talk about the YouTube, son, because it'll be only a minute before there's 50 live streaming YouTube shows. You know how to haters do. They like right now in the lab. Yo, these guys on YouTube live. How do we do that?
Everybody's trying to copy the style.
You know what I'm saying? When we in Spreaker, all of a sudden started popping up out of the woodwork. Now it's just a regular old thing. Now we on YouTube, be popping up out of the woodwork.
Oh, absolutely, man. And you know what? The Los Angeles Lakers and the Black Mamba, Kobe Cope, get it done over the Bucks, man. Hey, a rare win for the Lake Show, brother.
Son, you sound surprised, kid. What's wrong? Don't try to diss the Lake Show like that. They at home doing it. Come on now.
I know, man. Well, big ups to them for finally catching a win over there, man. And looking at this, a couple of other notable news here. Wisconsin coach Bo Ryan retiring effective immediately from the Wisconsin Badgers basketball program. Dream. What's up with that?
What's up? I was just curious to say the same thing to you. What's up with that, man?
I don't know. It just seems like, a couple of these college coaches, between him and Spurrier, going gets tough, and they get going.
Well, I mean, I'm not, okay, let's fall back from my man Spurrier a little bit. I mean, because Spurrier was like 80, all right? So let's give him a little bit of a break.
Yep.
I'm not the biggest fan of, first of all, one thing I am not is a quitter, and I'm very adamant about that, especially in raising my boys. You start something, you finish it. As far as the coach going out during the season, I am not the biggest fan of that unless there are some health concerns, some issues in the family, personal life issues that you have no other choice that you have to deal with. You cannot concentrate on coaching, and I do understand it in that situation. As far as if it's, hey, you know what, I'm frustrated, the team's not reacting, they're not listening to me, whatever, I got an issue with that. And I don't know that that's the case, so I'm not going to speak on it yet. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it kind of like how I got on Peyton Ball's case about not being on the sidelines. And then lo and behold, my man was on the sidelines on Sunday. So I want to fall back and let a little bit more of this story emerge. But if it's frustration, that your team's not winning and this, that, and the other, then that's kind of dusty because you brought these, especially for a college coach, you brought these kids in under a pretense. They might have been your recruiting class. They're coming expecting that you're going to be the head coach there and you're going to work with them through thick and thin. And now you're kind of, bailing out on them. And I'm not the biggest fan of that.
For some reason, your camera cut out, Dream.
Did it?
So take a look at that while we are still rocking and rolling here on Twitter. And guys, guess what? We are now have been seen in all the countries in the world, Dream. 196, and that is as many countries that are in the world. We finally did it, man. Took us quite a bit of time, but we finally got it done, man. About a year and a half later, and rocked and rolled and made it work, dude. 196 countries now, Dream.
That's what's up. We're trying to bring the biggest show in the world all over the world for everybody out there. We want you guys all involved in this little community that we have. And hey, you know what? We're always excited, as you can usually hear the energy as we talk about it from day to day, day in and day out. We are always excited to have you guys involved and part of it. And welcome to the family. And we just plan on getting bigger and better.
Bigger and better as it goes on. Your boy Pete Rose. What's on your brain with that?
I do need to talk about. Right. Because yesterday I did my whole thing about, Pete Rose. I think that he should be back. He'd be reinstated. So now I got to recant.
Really?
I got to recant. Okay, here we go. I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Okay? I do think that.
Yeah,
okay?
I can see that.
But I don't now agree with him being, because my first issue is I'm not a guy for lying and playing with the truth. I'm not a big fan of that, okay? My thing is, if you do something wrong and you get caught or whatever, man up and just tell the truth, okay? Pete wants to get on, and I didn't know some of these developments, and that's why sometimes, I need to take my own advice and not talk about things that I don't know what I'm talking about. But Pete was in the interview, and I guess they asked him some questions in regards to some things that happened in 1985. Pete all of a sudden says that he was unclear. Look, dude, unclear? Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Since you've retired, you've done nothing but complain about trying to get back into Major League Baseball.
Right.
Okay? You've been banned for close to, I think it's over 20 years now from baseball, all right? You've had nothing on your mind. How are you going to be unclear about something right now? Stop it. Stop it. You're not unclear about anything. Look, come out, tell the dude, this is what I do. Now, the other issue that Pete had was he ended up lying in the interview. First, he said he didn't bet on baseball.
Yeah.
Currently. Then at the end, he said he did. Pete, son. Dude, look, Pete, do me a favor, man. Do yourself a favor, all right? Make your bid and then just be quiet. Yeah. Or come in, tell all the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But you can't make your bid, complain, and then when they come to check you out and talk to you, then you want to get shaky and tell lies in an interview. Because see, for me, I'm like, yo, I'm good with this dude now. I don't need to be bothered with him because I can't stand, people recanting their stuff and lying and whatever. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. All good. Everybody understands a mistake. Don't start with trying to, lie your way out of a situation or deflect it so you don't look so bad or you can't figure out a stance on this. I mean, you knew the interview was coming. You knew the screening process was coming. So you needed to make up make up your mind and take a valid position as far as what you were going to talk about, what you were going to put out there and what you weren't. So with that being said, Pete, you belong in the Hall of Fame, but the rest of you is dusty.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And when you talk about when the commissioner was actually on an interview, he was saying that, he just doesn't want to be responsible for, anything happening if they let him back in. So I do want to see him in the Hall of Fame, though, Dream.
Yeah,
what ended up happening is the poor guy will pass away and then they'll put him in the Hall of Fame, and that's going to be sad. You know what I mean? I'd rather see it happen now, because people obviously love this dude. You saw when he came out in the All-Star game, man, it was like electric, man. They were standing ovation. Nobody's mad at him. Nobody's angry at the guy. So, hey.
I can't listen. I think that some people were sympathetic to him. But I do believe that I would say now, if you had to ask based on the information that's coming out of this last interview process and what's going on, I would think a lot of people would side a little bit in the direction of where I am as far as, dude, you're taking your image, with not being clear and concise with your answers, and you're flirting around with the truth. Nobody's trying to hear that.
I know.
Nobody really wants to put up with that and deal with that. So while I think that, yes, some people were, because people are like, well, come on, dude's in his 70s, he belongs in the Hall of Fame, for what he did, it was great. Yeah, I got you, but some of that too is, ethically, like who the person he is. And if he's not able to just stand up and be a man and admit and talk about what he did and admit to it and stop with the fuzzy explanations, then I don't know, whatever. I'm not feeling running him in either.
I got you. Guys, like I said, we're live on all the social media outlets right now, especially Twitter and YouTube, where it's flying high, and I'm seeing all kinds of comments coming in on YouTube. And, dude, this is crazy, like managing Twitter and Kelsey's managing YouTube over there, man. Nuts. Crazy, man. So looking at this, Dream, we got to talk about the NFL, brother.
No doubt.
Because I don't remember this many teams with this much, with this many playoff implications, with this many injuries, man. I am looking at a laundry list of injuries as far as the NFL is concerned, and these injuries are going to play a big factor in some major teams that are trying to make, put their punch their ticket into the playoffs, brother.
Right.
And I'm going to just start with the 13-0 Carolina Panthers. And we got to talk about running back Jonathan Stewart. He's got a foot injury. They're saying it may be a little bit more serious than they initially thought. And I don't know if he's going to be in the game at New York this weekend, brother.
Jonathan Stewart, for a long time, has been injury prone.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I was actually a little bit, surprised at seeing the success he's had this season as far as staying healthy, because there's usually an issue with him injury-wise, most seasons. So I'm not really surprised to see him on the injury list. But it's definitely going to be a big blow. To their offense. It's going to definitely have a little bit of an effect. But I don't see it being, I don't see it impacting quite their end of the season run.
Oh, absolutely not.
Playoffs would be another issue, but right now they're into the season run. I don't really see it as any real issue as far as them getting through the end of the season.
Well, there is one issue there, is that they're, anybody that's looking at them for an undefeated season, I mean, granted, you got to go get into the Giants, who have one of the worst defenses in all of the NFL. So we'll see what ends up going down with that. From what I understand, the Giants have been in every single game, and just, can't close these games out with the exception of Monday night. And Greg Olsen for the Carolina Panthers as well. Greg Olsen, their tight end, knee injury may be a little bit more serious than they initially believed as well, man.
Son, by the way, I don't listen. I'm going to tell y'all cats right now, when they get beat, I don't want to hear no Greg Olsen or Stewart. I'm not hearing it. So don't even try setting yourselves up for a scapegoat. I am going ham on Killer Cam when they lose.
Dream has a little disdain for the Carolina Panthers, in case you're new to the show.
No disdain at all, man. It's just like I said, there's at a point, you have to become a bit more classier. You know what I'm saying? Just for all the eyes that are eyes out there on you, in the way you win, you have to be classy about it. I have no problem with some of it. To giving to the kids the ball, I think is admirable. I kind of agree with that. But the thing that it's always a party on the sideline, and it's a party after every score, and it's a party after every first down, and you're giggling and you're laughing all the time. I mean, come on, dude. Win with some class. That's all I'm saying. You look at the all-time greats player, you don't see that out of great players. You just don't. You didn't see Jordan, constantly, laughing and smiling at people or whatever. He did make a couple of moves to let you know that he was MJ, but aside from that, it was always classy. Cole always, for the most part, classy. When you look at the greats, it's about class, and the greats have done it classy. Like Brady, and you never see, talk about, say what you want about Tom, terrific, always classy, dude, always a class act.
Well, when you look at it, I saw Rivera on an interview last night, and he was talking about his team and just saying, "Hey, listen, this is who we are." You know what I mean? As far as
they weren't that last year, they wasn't doing all that last year.
I know. But you know what? I watched it yesterday, and I do disagree with the selfie.
The selfie was crazy, son.
With the team when you're down. I mean, there's 2 minutes left in the game. You're up 38-0. I get it. In case you don't know what we're talking about, guys, they actually did like a team photo on the sideline with like 15 guys, or 15 to 20 guys actually, during the Atlanta game when they were up 38-0. So I don't know. Rivera's okay with kind of what's going on here, but he said he didn't see that going on. It was at the corner of his eye. So, you got to remember who Rivera is. You got to remember who Rivera is, though, dude.
I do remember who
he
Rivera
was part
is.
of that 85 Bears team who actually did, remember they did the music video and all that and had personality and the whole package. So
yeah, no, I know. I was going to go into that. I figured you were going to go there because I did hear that as an explanation yesterday given for him, but which is still no explanation because while the Bears did a lot of that stuff, they did it off the field or behind the scene. They weren't doing that during their games. They never took a selfie during their game. Well, of course they couldn't because cell phones were about the size of this computer back then.
Selfie. You got a selfie stick yet, Dream?
Nah, son, not me. I hate the way I look.
Like, I kill my bride with that, by the way. She does 100 selfies.
Oh, no, I know.
My bride loves that. Loves it, man. Talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, man. This is bad for them.
As far as
Andy Dalton, fractured thumb, right throwing hand, and could be out for the rest of the regular season, man.
Well, I think that's more of a decision that they want him as healthy as possible for the playoffs. The writing on the wall, I believe, if you look at their schedule, which we should pull it up as I'm talking about it, you look at their schedule, I don't really foresee. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Let's see A.J. McCarron in a full game.
Dude, I know, man. I mean, my kid and I were talking about it yesterday. We're actually trying to remember where A.J. McCarron went, and then all of a sudden you see him come out. Yeah, I know. I'm saying where he went in the NFL after Alabama. We were trying to, make that decision, and sure enough, here he comes out, in backup for Andy Dalton there. So,
son, the thing is with them is, okay, if you look at this, they have the 49ers.
At the 49ers.
Definitely winnable with A.J. McCarron. The Broncos, okay, we'll give you the loss at the Broncos. And then the Ravens, which is with A.J. McCarron. So for them, it's going to probably be it's probably more like a business decision. Let's just keep Dalton out and keep him. Let's just try to bring him back in the playoffs for him to be as healthy as possible.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
You have a fractured thumb on your throwing hand, dude. That's brutal, man. How far can you throw the ball if you got a fractured thumb, brother? That's like a 4 to 6 week injury, man.
But that's what I'm getting at. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. They want to keep him out as long as possible.
Yeah, well, they got it. I got news for them. They got the Pittsburgh Steelers breathing down their neck as far as the division is concerned, man. They have to win another game to win that division.
They do have to win. Okay, dude, they got the Niners and the Ravens.
Yeah, good point.
It's 2 or 3. Come on, fall back.
But it's A.J. McCarron. it's A.J. McCarron. Just we got to see a little bit more out of him.
A.J. was in an interview saying that's how Tom Brady got started, so we plan on doing his thing. You didn't see that?
Steve Young, Tom Brady, all them guys.
No,
man.
but he did. No, I'm saying he really in the interview after he went in and said that this is how Tom Brady got started, and he really alluded to that.
Yeah, right. And Tyler Eifert, their tight end, has a concussion situation, so he may be out this week as well. Dream.
I don't think none of us was. Listen, Cincinnati's good. I don't think anybody I didn't. I didn't feel like Cincinnati. This was their year to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, when you start whatever they did, what was it, like 9-0, 10-0, something like that? I mean, people were looking at it, man. People were looking at it.
They've always been good during the regular season.
They're going to win a playoff game this year, man.
No, but that's what I say. I thought they would win a playoff game.
Well, you know damn well that's going to be the big excuse when they lose the playoff game.
Well, hey, that would be a good one.
Yes, I think so. Nicholas J, big ups to him for putting all the flags of all the countries in the world here and saying pick a country and listen to the biggest show in the world, or watch us on YouTube for that matter. So let me see what else I've got. Denver Broncos, man. C.J. Anderson, ankle injury. I know that, he's probably going to be in the lineup this week, but, anytime I see an ankle injury or a leg injury or calf injury or something like that with a running back, it kind of makes me a little nervous, Dream.
CJ wasn't really tearing it up. I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Prior to the injury, that run game's been, it's been a inconsistent battle for them for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get too excited about that. They're going to be all right. They got a quarterback issue.
Big time.
They got a quarterback issue, and they need to get them sticky gloves handed out. Listen, I know I talked about this, and I am not picking on Odell Beckham. I am not, even though I know he's a big proponent of these gloves.
You're getting murdered for that, by the way.
If you go on ESPN's doc, and I shouldn't be giving him any advertisement, but ESPN has an experiment that they did with the sticky gloves.
Yep.
They gave out this. They went to a high school football team, and they handed out the sticky gloves to everybody.
Yep.
There's a whole little document. Well, not a document, but a little thing about what they did with the gloves, dude. Everybody tried making the one-hand catches without the gloves. Then they put them on the gloves and let them make it. They're making them hand over foot.
Oh wow. Wow.
So you got to take a look at it. It's like a 3-minute clip, and it says "Good gloves make for sticky fingers." It's called. It's if you go to ESPN on homepage, you scroll all the way down, you'll see it down there. It's very interesting about the gloves.
Is there any kind of regulation on the kind of gloves they use?
They're saying the NFL is looking into it now.
Yeah,
that it may be they may be getting ready to get rid of them, but they're looking into it. They haven't decided.
Kind of like using pine tar in the MLB, player.
Yeah, no doubt.
Maybe
Or
it'll
stick them that was used back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else here. Vernon Davis, the tight end for the Denver Broncos, has a concussion. Got to see what's going to go on with that particular situation.
Oh, he does? Is that why he dropped the ball? Why he was wide open? And these guys with their injuries after.
Tight end position for the Denver Broncos. I mean, between Vernon Davis and Owen Daniels with a knee is listed. He's going to be in there. I think Owen Daniels will be. But, hey, guys, keep up on this stuff as we go. And, guys, we do our bonus shows on the weekends. They are not on YouTube, but they are on SBTVNation.com, where we break down Saturday's card, and then we come back and we do the full NFL card with the Evil Genius. And looking at this, man, Denver Broncos a little banged up. Even DeMarcus Ware, their defensive end, got a little back situation going on, man. So, guys, this is all working out for you as far as whether you're playing fantasy football, whether you're gambling, whether you're doing office pools, whether you're doing contests, whatever the hell it is. I think this information is pretty good for the nation to have, Dream.
I do think it's pretty good for them to have. I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely, man. How about, let's talk about the Houston Texans, because there's a big showdown this week with the Indianapolis Colts for first place in the division, and it looks like we're going to see like second and third string football, because the Houston Texans, Brian Hoyer is questionable with a concussion as well in the Patriot game he had, man. So something to take a look at as far as Brian Hoyer is concerned. So Going to see some backup quarterback play.
Cats that's been sitting on the bench, like I said, talk about how dope they are, telling their family if they could just get the shot, if they could just get in the game, they would be tearing it up. You know what I'm saying? All they need is their shot.
Yeah.
Guess what? The shot is in the house.
The shot is here, baby. Time to stop killing the bench and get out there and make some noise, brother. J.J. Watt, we already know he's got the hand situation. He only had 3 combined tackles in the loss versus New England. Definitely hindering J.J. Watt as far as the hand injury is concerned, Dream. And like I said, I've said it on the show before. I've had that injury. I had the same exact cast. Sucks. It absolutely sucks.
Especially because you're not even close to J.J. Watt, so it had to suck really, really for you.
Oh, big time. But I wasn't trying to tackle, 250-pound.
Trying to tackle a beer. Trying to tackle a glass of beer. You couldn't get it up with that hand, so you had to switch it up.
Oh, man. Let's see. Clowney, hamstring, had 7 combined tackles versus the loss versus New England, but he's also banged up with the hamstring thing. Dude, these teams are decimated, man. Unbelievable.
Dude, it's happening. Come on, look what week it is in football. This is why football does not need another week of football games, regular season. The injuries obviously pile up as you get closer to the end of the season. So, it's not – this is how it always is, son. This is typical football player.
And DeAndre Hopkins has a little situation going, but he's probable for the game. So we'll see what ends up going down with DeAndre Hopkins for the Houston Texans. And we're talking about that game, and let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts side, how they have some injuries here. Obviously, Andrew Luck, we talked about it. Guys, I know you're all getting excited about him coming back, but guess what? With the kidney injury, the whole package and, the ribs and all that, it looks like this dude may be out.
Who's getting excited about him coming back?
There's some people out there, including myself. I'll be honest.
Why were you excited about him coming back?
Oh, somebody's asking me if I think that the Chiefs will take the Patriots. That's a very good question, man. It all depends on the Patriots' health, which we will get into, and we'll have a conversation because the Chiefs have like a very easy road to the playoffs as far as I'm concerned. One of the easiest schedules regular season that I've seen in quite a long time. And Matt Hasselbeck, their backup quarterback, Dream, for the Colts.
Yes.
He's got a neck and back injury, man.
Do you have a future on the Colts?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. Dude, it's stupid little.
No. I know. I just because I'm like I notice I can always tell when you have a future on something because they seem to always be relative for some reason in whatever we're talking about. And this Colt team, dude, from the beginning of the season, the Colts, they were bad right out of the gate.
Yes.
Even with Andrew Luck there, it wasn't really all that great the first few weeks of the season. We noticed a little bit of turnaround. Definitely they're in a horrible division.
Right.
But this team is not the team that, even if Andrew Luck comes back, I think you're thinking that this team is the team that they were last year that surprised, and I heard you say, if they get in the playoffs, I don't really think this team is going to surprise anybody. I think they're just going to get in the playoffs and get beat and get out of there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When you get into the playoffs and the regular season ends,
yes,
what's your record?
I know, son. I know.
0-0.
When you come in bad, backing yourselves in like Killer Cam did last year, you walked in bad. You're getting booted for the most. Very few teams have gone in to the playoffs, barely making it in, playing bad football all season. Very few, I said. I know there's a couple, like the Giants, but very few have gone far. Most of them come in and they get beat their first game and then get out of there.
Yep. Got a lot of people commenting on Twitter right now, feeling the NFL injury report, man. This is definitely something to, kind of keep tabs on, Dream.
Oh, no, definitely we got to keep tabs on it. But guys, we'll obviously go over this more on Friday because generally they start weeding out who's really going to play. You know what I mean by Friday?
You think so, huh?
Yeah, the Friday report is the report where they'll upgrade the guys because, I think if you have them at a certain spot, they can't play on Sunday. I forget how the rule works. Belichick was the greatest for manipulating it and why it's done the way it's done now. But a lot of these guys end up getting upgraded on Friday. Got you.
Moving over to, speaking of the New England Patriots, LeGarrette Blount, done for the season. Done for the season. Let me see here. Kansas City Chiefs, somebody's telling me, have dismantled the Pats in the past. You know what? I don't know. We got to get there first, brother. But, looks like...
let's fall back on dismantle. Nobody's really dismantled the Pats. Listen, the Giants beat them twice, okay? I'll give you that in the Super Bowl, which was kind of borderline lucky, I'll say. At least one of them to me. I'm not going to go with I'm not going to use no dismantling and the New England Patriots in the same sentence.
I know. We'll see. But without Blunt, they're going to have to see what goes on with that, man. And your boy, Ray Rice, has still gotten a phone call, Dream. Not gotten a phone call.
Ray, you know what, man? Ray, call your boy up.
We're going to get Ray Rizzo on the show.
Call me up, Ray. You need the mouthpiece. You need me going ham for you, brother. You need me to get you up in the forefront because there's a bunch of teams. Dude, I mean, if there was ever any evidence that the NFL blackballs players, I mean, Ray, you cannot tell me that Ray Rice not. I mean, unless Ray don't want to play no more. I don't know. Maybe Ray's telling him, no, you don't want to play. He's good. Just hanging out with his wife because they are in love again. But unless that's the case, I mean, something is seriously wrong because you have some teams, right, especially right now, that need a running back. I mean, I just seen that the Patriots put Monty Ball on their practice team.
Yes.
So I expect that he'll be probably getting called up from there. That was the old running back for the Denver Broncos. And why Ray Rice is not getting a call or at least getting a trial or a practice, I don't know. Maybe he's out of shape. There could be some behind-the-scene things that I don't know about. So that's why I'm not going to go too crazy. But I am going to say, real bizarre that he's not getting a call.
Absolutely. Speaking of running backs, your Seattle Seahawks, Thomas Rawls, is done for the rest of the season with a broken ankle, Dream. That kind of sucks for them with beast mode being, week to week. Who's going to run the ball now?
No more week to week. You
Get
could be
back
week
out
to
there,
week when we got the backup. Now, guess what? You got to get your behind out there and play. I think it's an issue, but I think that I always felt the ideal with Seattle was that they were just giving Marshawn the opportunity to get healthy. And because they had a definite go-to guy to replace him, I thought they felt comfortable with doing that. As the season goes on, as we take a look at their particular schedule, I don't know that it's going to be a big issue for them to move forward without him. I think next man up will work. I still think they may try to preserve, beast mode for the playoffs.
Okay.
But when you look at their schedule, I mean, Browns, they don't need beast mode or run game. Rams,
Cleve. Yeah.
always lose to the Rams, so whatever.
They do always lose to the Rams. You're
I know, that's
right
why I
about
said,
that.
so whatever. And then Arizona is the important game, so you got to look at Arizona game. They're going to need a running back in there for that. So we'll see what happens over the next few days and see what happens and see how they look and see what it looks like over these next couple of games. But they definitely are going to need a running back for the Arizona Cardinals.
It all depends on if Arizona can secure the number 2 seed and a first round bye, because I don't think Arizona's going to catch Carolina, but if they catch another win, I believe with a Green Bay loss, they secured a number 2 seed. So in that particular game, they'll probably be sitting a lot of players.
Right.
Carson Palmer included. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, listen, we always find these spots in the NFL. The last week of the season is the best spots to make money because you're going to see some early lines, and then you're going to probably have to, we're going to talk it out on the show. We're going to figure out who's sitting who, and then we're going to pound the other side. Just like the Buffalo Bills last year when they played the New England Patriots. Well, I'll never forget that, Dream. It was, I want to say that the New England Patriots were like favored -10 or something like that. So you could have got Buffalo plus like 10 points. And then the minute that they announced that they were sitting everybody, it went all the way down to 3 points, and Buffalo won the game outright, man. So that's definitely a spot that we're going to be all over this year, man.
Right.
All over it. So, and as far as the Seattle Seahawks, Cam Chancellor has suffered a bruised tailbone during the win over the Ravens, and he is questionable for the game as well, Dream.
No doubt. And you do have Bryce Brown has been signed as the running back, and they plan on giving him some work this week. So we'll keep an eye on that. Their offense, to me, though, it's all about Russell Wilson. You guys know that, obviously, just like Carolina's all about Cam. So these teams are kind of built that they'll be able to be okay without a significant running game, I believe, right? Especially right now, because Wilson seems to have found his whatever he found it.
Yes, definitely. This is the track, man. I finally found it. This was the intro that I was looking for, man, the Hit 'em High track.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I love this one, man. Love it. All right, so moving over to so now that we talked about it, now we've got the playoff situations pulled up here, okay? Let's pull up the AFC playoffs and see what we've got going on as far as that is concerned, because I'm pretty interested to see what we've got going on. I know that the New England Patriots are basically right now, as far as the AFC is concerned, the number 1 seed, followed by, let me just take a look. It's pulling up, guys. Give me 1 second. Followed by the Cincinnati Bengals, who have the projected 2nd seed right now as it sits with a 10-3 record. If it ended today, you would see the New York Jets, Dream, go into the Denver Broncos. What's up with your boy? Is he going to be playing soon or what?
Not this week. Osweiler's been named as the starter this week, but Peyton is practicing.
Okay, so probably if they can win another couple of games, maybe you save them for the playoffs.
I know.
So looking at this, Jets would play the Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. I know my man is sitting there commenting on YouTube about the Kansas City Chiefs. They would go into the 6-7 Indianapolis Colts, and I think the Chiefs would be favored in that particular matchup.
Cincinnati beats the Broncos?
Yes.
Right now?
Right now, yep.
Okay.
Better conference record.
Really?
Yes. So they would have the number 2 seed. And then as far as in the hunt, you've got the Steelers, the Raiders, the Bills, the Texans, and the Jags. And the only reason why the Jags and Texans are still alive basically is because of that pitiful division that they're in, brother.
Right.
So we'll see what goes on with that. Moving over to the NFC, the NFL
this
playoffs.
Is like this for a hat is like his college football thing.
I love this, dude.
You love this. What is it about this that you love? Because like we still got so many weeks of panning out still left.
Just for that, I'm going to play Return of the Mac for you. How about that?
Doing this Kirk Herbstreit Jr.
Oh, man, you know what? No, because you know your boy is involved.
I know.
I can't wait to show you some future tickets. Not like I haven't been sending you tickets like nonstop lately, as I alluded to.
Yeah, no, all the tickets that I see, like I saw the Patriot ticket. I saw the Nationals ticket. No, I have seen a lot of your tickets. You're right.
Shut up.
Carolina
Panthers. Carolina Panthers is number 1 seed right now, 13-0, and probably got to catch like one more win to secure that number 1 seed overall. And you got to wonder if they're going to start resting players at some point or try to go to 16-0, especially
or if they want to do just a full photo shoot on the sideline during games instead of play. They might want to do that.
They might want to do that.
Prepare
brother.
for ESPN.
Yeah, definitely. So looking at that, Arizona Cardinals, we already talked about it, the number 2 seed right now. Probably got to catch one more game and a Green Bay loss to secure the number 2 seed. You got the Vikings would play the Packers. This is crazy how this works, huh?
I know, and I love how it works because I already figured it out, and I told you it's setting up for Seattle to play Carolina, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's crazy.
I absolutely love it.
You know, it just bothers me that Carolina would have a week off. I hate the week off with hot teams because you never know what you're going to get out of them when they come back. You know what I mean?
Camp, you get arrested. Remember last year you got that bad car truck accident?
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. He better stay off.
Never know what can happen in the NFL with a week off in the NFL.
The way it shapes up is that Minnesota Vikings would have to go into Green Bay the last week of the season and then just stay out in the tundra and play them again the following week if it ended today. That's how it would work. The Vikings would go into the Packers, and the Seattle Seahawks would go into the Washington Redskins. I would love to see Kissing Cousins beat the Seattle Seahawks, man. I wonder if Seattle probably going to be given like 5 points.
So would he.
They'll probably be given like 5 points in that match.
So would he. Yeah, Kissing Cuz would love to go in there and beat him, but it's not happening, I don't think. So we'll keep an eye out on it. We don't know that Kissing Cuz is going to emerge from
because
this division anyway.
You got the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants that are still alive for the NFC East, along with being alive in the playoffs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, surprisingly, after they've lost like 7 out of 8 games or whatever the hell it is. The Rams are still alive. The Bears are still alive.
And the Falcons should be like eliminated, though. Like, the NFL should step in and say, okay, guess what? We're a wrap with you. Yes. Just based on, like, previous playoffs that you've been in and now how you acted now at the end of the season. Just go, I don't know. Go figure out what you want to do. You're not getting in.
Saints and Cowboys still alive, man. Cowboy fans are still out there with hope, Dream.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. So that's going to do it for that as far as the playoff picture is concerned. Let's shoot over to the NBA and see what we got going on as far as that is concerned, Dream, because
Speaking of basketball, since you went there, I just want to take a minute and talk about any of you guys that are, I would say, early 30s, mid 40s. It might hit home. I know some of the younger guys are probably aware of it as well, but it might be hit home a little bit more. I happened to watch the Fab Five documentary. It's not a 30 for 30. It's like an ESPN thing. And I know it's been out. I know it's not new. It's been out for a few minutes. But if you haven't caught that and you're in that age bracket where you can really relate to this, check it out.
Check it out.
It's very, very, very good. A lot of the behind-the-scenes things that went on with that team that I was unaware of. A lot of stuff I was unaware of. There were, unfortunately, there's some racial stuff that went on with them. And it's unfortunate that college kids should have to go through that, but that's unfortunately the fabric of our country with some of the people that live here. But not to get into that and to let that take away from anything of what happened, but very, very interesting story. A lot of dynamics about what went on behind the scenes. A lot of how the schools and Nike capitalized off of marketing them. Made a lot of money off of the stuff. The kids never got not a penny.
Wow.
Then there was obviously the stuff that went on with Chris Webber behind the scenes, and Chris Webber actually refused to be a part of the documentary. And I've always really liked Chris Webber.
Yeah.
I liked him as a player, especially a pro basketball player, and I liked him as an analyst. But I gotta say that after watching this Fab Five, I kind of fell back a little bit from liking him, just a little bit. I mean, I still like him, but it just kind of made me raise an eyebrow because I thought I think if you watch it and find out about it, I think that you might kind of feel the same way a little bit. But Jalen Rose. I've always liked Jalen Rose. I liked him as a player, as an NBA player, and I really like him as an analyst. I mean, I really like him as an analyst.
Sure.
I got him right there with the herd. He's on at night. I listen to him from time to time. I really like his outtake on things. What's funny is I didn't really care for him when he played for Michigan, though. I didn't. To me, his maturity, it worked for me. I saw him grow and mature as an individual, and that's why I like who the person he is today is. In college, I didn't really appreciate him, but I like him now. But now, after seeing the documentary, I could see a little bit about what went on the college landscape for them. But it's a very interesting documentary. I found it excellent to watch. I know some of you probably have already seen it, and if you have, then you probably know what I'm talking about. And some of that you haven't. If you see it out there, if you want to DVR something or get it in the mix, you might want to get down with it because it is definitely a good documentary, and it was very informative. And as I grew up with it as well, and I remember it, you always can gravitate towards something that you maybe remember in your lifetime when it was going on. And that's definitely where I was at. So that's why I mentioned that age group. If you got an opportunity, you'll really appreciate it that much more.
Gotcha, man. So I'm looking at this NBA card, Mike. God, it's stacked. It seems like every team is almost playing tonight, man. Looking at this here, I got to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You think the Golden State Warriors are a little salty after
No,
their
I
loss?
don't think they're salty. I think they're regenerated and happy that it's done.
Yeah, they got the Phoenix Suns coming in tonight, and Golden State is minus 12. 24-1 record, 10-0 at home, have not lost at home yet. And the Phoenix Suns are a little pesky, but the Golden State Warriors are given 12 points with an under-over of 219.5, Dream.
You know, dude, I got to tell you, I have noticed with this NBA,
Yep.
especially, well, obviously with some of the better teams on the road, some of these, the line out of Vegas, I don't know. It's puzzle. I mean, even yesterday, we saw it first against Cleveland against the Magic.
Yep.
That line was really puzzling to me, as I thought it was way too low.
Yeah.
Then yesterday, you know, only -2, and then it ended up dropping to 1 against the Celtics.
I saw it as a pick'em.
You saw it as a pick'em. I saw it as 1 against Celtics, but it was 2 in the morning when we were on.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
well,
which
big
still
ups
to me
for that, yeah.
To me, really bizarre. And now, you know, and not to get off the game that you were mentioning, but just looking real quick, I see the Heat in Brooklyn -4.
Miami Heat at Brooklyn. Miami has won 2 consecutive games, and the Brooklyn Nets have lost 2, and they're -4. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Some of these, you know, and guys, we always tell you, you know, wait till the end of the day, you know, make sure everybody's in a lineup. But some of these, like, I want to just grab now, you know, 'cause it just doesn't seem right to me, you know. You know, and I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Did you notice that too?
You know, I mean, they do take into consideration teams being on the road and how their opposing teams are performing at home, and they take into consideration. I mean, it's all computer generated, bro.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, they looked at, you know, the Boston Celtics versus the best team in the league being the Golden State Warriors last night, and you know, I mean, they took them to double overtime. So they're looking at the power rankings and seeing that the Cleveland Cavs, I mean, have 7 losses. So based on computers and stats, they're a far, you know, inferior team to the Golden State Warriors. So that's why that game was a pick'em. So I get it. You know what I mean? I get to a most part, but you know, the thing that we have here as human beings is that we are not computers, and we have what's called the eye test. And we can see a lot of this stuff materialize, and that's what, you know, that's why there's some very successful sports handicappers out there, man. I kind of see this stuff and jump all over it, man. So, hey, big ups to anybody that's out there and tearing it up, man. Looking at this, I mean, hey, Miami Heat, I get it, and I understand it, and I think you're probably right, Dream. I think they get the job done. I wouldn't even be scared to lay the 4.
I'm not. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting at, because for me, you know me, I'm usually, I run away from points almost all the time. I'm always scared of points. But in this case, I mean, even like yesterday, and even like, you know, when I hit you with the Heat money line, I told you could money line them on Sunday.
Yep.
I mean, I like some of this stuff to me, you know, I'm looking at it. I feel like Neo right now in the Matrix. Remember when he could look and see all the algorithms? Yep. I mean, it's really visible to me in this particular thing. I think some of this stuff's like just off, you know, especially my thing with the Celtics was, you know, yeah, I know that they had played Golden State tough, but that was because it was Golden State. They were undefeated, and like you said before, Golden State's got a big target on their shoulder, on their chest. And I know that the Cavs, though, were cognizant that they play Golden State tough.
Yep.
And the Cavs definitely wanted to come in and say, hey, you know what? I know you're not really thinking about us, but by the way, you should be more concerned with us than Golden State. Which they definitely let them know that.
They held them to 77 points, man. They laid the smackdown on
I
them.
know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the human psyche in these things are, and I tell you guys all the time about better teams that know that they're just going to go in. Listen, the NBA is not like college football, and it's not like football. The NBA, the better teams, when they decide they're going to go in to beat the bad teams, it's happening.
And dude, you said something so perfect there. When they decide to.
Right.
There's going to be situations, guys. It's a long season. A lot of these guys get tired. You know, they just go out there and give you half effort sometimes. But, you know, when you could pick the spots like the Cleveland Cavs, when, you know, the media is all up on them, that's when you get them. And they got Shumpert back, and Kyrie is coming back this weekend, brother. So watch out for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another team I'm looking at, Dream, and I've been keeping my eye on them, and obviously they did get smoked by Golden State, but I don't really care about that. I keep talking about them every single day, is the Dallas Mavs are going into the Indiana Pacers. And the Pacers are -4.5 with an under-over of 205. Now, Dallas Stars, I'm thinking about them because they've been so dope. But Dallas Mavs have been a little bit pesky.
Yes.
And I think this game will be tight, but I think the Indiana Pacers are a better team, and I think they'll get the job done. I think it's a perfect money line situation to pair them up with the Miami Heat, but I wouldn't mind laying the 4.5 with them either.
You wouldn't have love affair that you got going on with this
Indianapolis.
What is up, son?
I don't know, man. We're going to have to get Charlie back on here and have a conversation with her, man. So, I'm feeling the Indiana Pacers. I think they can get the job done over the Dallas Mavs, but Dallas will be a little pesky, and I know that Dallas just played not too long ago, man. They won. They were at home on the 14th versus the Phoenix Suns and won the game, now traveling to Indiana. So, taking a look at that particular game, and do you see any else that are tickling your fancy? I
really like the Heat,
okay.
And I really don't mind the number out of Vegas right now.
Okay.
But obviously, I do want to tell you, with the Heat, though, I do have to ask that we do wait till game time, just in case they rest any guys. I'm no longer going to say rest Wade, because apparently, whatever was hampering him in seasons past,
He's motivated, man. He wants to be out there like
maybe it was
day.
LeBron that was hampering him and keeping him out of games this season. I don't know.
My boy.
I'm noticing here that the Knicks want to be given 5.
I saw that.
And I want to say to you that the Knicks really are in no position to be giving 5 to anybody. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm not going to tell you to go take Timberwolves either, but no. I just got my eyebrows raised to their little number as I don't really like it. And then ATL wants to be given 13.
Well, that's the Philadelphia 76ers, I get it.
ATL, we don't know what they're doing.
I don't know if they got any business giving 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, no,
whether it's the Hawks or the Falcons, they have no business.
No, we know the Falcons shouldn't be giving 13 to no one.
Oh, man, something to take a look at. But the Philadelphia 76ers, I mean, what a disgusting situation they're in. 1-25, Dream.
The one thing I have noticed, though, it does seem like, to me, the line for the West Coast teams seems to always be right on point. Like the Thunder, the Spurs, and obviously Golden State, and you could even sprinkle in the Clippers. They seem to always have those numbers dead right. It seems like the numbers in the East tend to be where you find the issue.
All right, and I'm looking at, speaking of the Clippers, they're giving 11.5 points to the Milwaukee Bucks.
See what I'm saying?
Dude, your boy Rivers got no business giving that kind of points.
No business. As they try to put that thing together down there. And I have no doubt that this Clipper team will probably get it together and get right. I've talked about it in weeks past, and I've talked about the Spurs and how they did it last year. The talent's there, the landscape's there, the coaching's there, everything is there. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And I think that they will figure a way out to get it right. But guess what? It's not right yet.
Here's a team that loves being in an underdog situation and winning the games. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. It's probably not going to happen, but the Washington Wizards are going into the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are given 12.5 points, Dream. I just want to point this out, that the Washington Wizards were an 8.5 point favorite at Cleveland, won the game outright. Then they were an 8-point underdog. I'm sorry, they're underdogs in these situations, guys. Miami Heat, 8-point underdog, won the game outright. Then they went into Dallas as a 6.5 point underdog, won the game outright. Little trend there, man. This team, hey, if you're money lining them, you're probably in the plus if you did it every single game this year. But looking at it versus the San Antonio Spurs, who have not lost a game at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't get involved in the money line with them.
Probably pays crazy, though.
Oh, yeah, sure. But not getting paid. Go ahead, get some, man. Philly Picks will probably get on that. Where's Philly Picks at? He's probably, sitting on a yacht somewhere betting a Washington Wizards. Philly doesn't. He's tactical with his, so I will give him that. I'm not going to go there. He does like a dog, but he's very tactical with what he picks and chooses to get involved with. And he's been, Phil been on. He's good with his, so I'm gonna give him that good with his. I don't think he'll be involved in this. But the Spurs, keep an eye on who's playing.
Absolutely.
Because Pop don't care. He'll sit. He don't care. Watch this coming, and he'll be like, okay, Duncan, Ginobili, and you guys go to. club or something.
I'll tell you right now, though, Kawhi Leonard never gets any time off.
Okay, well, I mean, he's not 100 like the other guys.
Very
but
good
big
point.
ups to them doing it at a high level, at a high
agree.
age. So, hey, they can take nothing away from them. They're getting it done playing ball with the young bucks and schooling them all about the system in their case. And, you know, they got a very successful pedigree. So big ups to them. The only other game of note that I'd like to take a look at, keep my eye on, Bulls-Grizzlies, interesting game.
Yes.
Like to keep my eye on it. I have a slight lean. I slightly like the Bulls,
Okay.
but I'm not I wouldn't get involved with them. But I'd like to keep an eye on this game as we're trying to figure out who the Bulls are.
Right. Hey, Benjamin Rowe wants to say, nice Cam Newton hat, by the way.
Superman. You're so late on that. You did that way in the beginning of the show. You just
sorry,
gotta
man.
always find a way to talk about.
I wish I could be you for a day. Just sit there and talk, and not have to do anything else, man. I'm doing everything here.
Keep talking about them. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yes,
son.
Yes, exactly. So, are you done with NBA? You want to move over to the hockey since the hockey's been on fire?
Let's move over to the hockey.
You know, ever since we came on YouTube, not for nothing, but the plays have been dead right.
Hey, well, whatever. Don't jinx us.
I'm not going to jinx it. Nope.
Cam, here you go ready to do Cam in the end zone. You only got 2 hockey games this evening. You got the Capitals going up against the Senators. The Bruins going up against the Penguins. I don't really like either one.
You don't like either one here. And we don't have a line yet on the Washington Caps, but I could probably guarantee that it's going to be heavy juice stream, so it's probably going to be right up your alley.
Yeah, I don't like either one of these, though, tonight. That Senator team, they're pesty as well.
They can score.
Yeah, and the Caps, you know, they've been doing their thing, but, you know, they, here and there, you know, they'll let up one. This Bruins team, very hard to read. I know they run out of gas, you know, in the third period, it seems like. But the Penguins, who when you had brought to their attention, were playing well, then started dropping some games. So
yeah.
I don't like any of the matchups tonight on the hockey scene.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, the Washington Caps, we've been talking about them. I don't believe that this team has lost 2 consecutive games all year long. I'm looking at it right now, and they have not. And they're winners of 2 straight games going in tonight and playing the Ottawa Senators at home. So, like I said, it's probably going to be a heavy line. I'm expecting like a minus 200 on that. But, hey, guys, listen, it's 10 o'clock in the morning here. Obviously, the lines aren't out yet. But, you know, when they come out, I'm sure we'll be all over it and be having a conversation about it. Dream? Mm-hmm. We got any top 25 NCAA tonight?
Let's take a look and see what's going on as Georgetown went down yesterday, son.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what, you know, and I was talking to Irvin about it a little bit in regards to Thompson seems to not, I don't know what it is with him and his teams. I just, I don't know what the problem is, but they got beat 83-68 by Monmouth in their house.
Have you seen the Monmouth sideline?
I have not.
They're doing like all these crazy like dance moves and all this other stuff. It's actually pretty entertaining. It almost looks like the Carolina Panthers sideline.
Really?
They're doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, man, catching a lot of attention. And they did a big story on them yesterday, guys. Monmouth, the basketball team, is definitely a lot of fun to watch. But looking at this here, it looks like North Carolina, the Tar Heels are playing tonight, Dream.
Okay.
Looks like they're coming back after the loss to Texas. I think, dude, have you seen the big man for Texas?
I did. I got a little peek at him last night.
I forgot his name, man, but
they got it in last
monster.
night. Yeah, impressive. Duke, by the way, also put the smack down yesterday.
Yes.
And they are slowly improving and looking a lot better. So we got a couple of teams to keep our eye on that are definitely starting to make their moves as far as maturation. North Carolina has given 23.5 points, which I'm definitely not trying to be involved in. So good luck with that.
I might get involved in it.
Okay,
because you know what?
23?
Coming off a loss, number one. Number two, I've noticed that a lot of these top 25 teams are covering these big spreads, Dream. They're winning by like 40 points.
I'm not.
A lot of these teams. I'm looking at this right now. They're playing Tulane. Tulane is 6-4, bro. 6-4 to give it 23 points. I think we got to take a look at the matchup here and see what's going on as far as
you could be up 23 at the end of the game or 24, and then they decide to let Tulane shoot a 3.
Yeah,
right
you know
at
what?
the buzzer.
You know what?
Boom.
Let me take that back. Tulane has a pretty decent defense. They're only allowing 65 points a game, but I don't think
get off there, player.
I don't think they played any team like the likes of the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Son,
man.
get yourself involved in the Wizards money line. 2-team parlay. Wizards money line and North Carolina minus 23. Gotta pay bananas.
Probably pay stupid money. Stupid money, man. Let me just see what else we have as far as top 25 is concerned. Let's see. Got Louisville playing tonight, Arizona playing tonight, and West Virginia playing tonight as well, man. So, I don't know, guys. We'll take a look at it. Like we always say, listen, we are entrenched in football right now, being college and pro. We're entrenched in the NBA. Not as much as football, though. Football, is king right now in our world.
And I'm also entrenched in Christmas and making sure that goes down dead right, too, at my crib. As yesterday, believe it or not, your boy had to dip to the mall.
Really?
Yeah, because there was something on my daughter's list that we couldn't get on Amazon. And I was like, wow. And my wife was busy, and I said, all right, I'll go, because it was a Tuesday. And, I dipped out there, and thank God there was, nobody there, which was awesome. Yeah. I made, like I said, how I am about the fam. I hold it down for them.
Sure.
Because, like I always say, guys, you can't get this time back, and these years will go. And, I look at now, when I go to visit my folks, and I could see, my parents wishing, I was a kid again or whatever, and trying to relive the childhood through my kids. So I try to make the most of it.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for the show, Dream.
Hey, I think that's it. I don't see anything out there. I don't really see anything that I particularly like on a college hoop landscape.
No.
Guys, there's a couple of teams that I keep my eye on, which will be NC State. I'm keeping a little eye on.
Okay.
Ohio State, I got an eye on them as well. And I'm also keeping a little eye on this LSU team too. But other than that, just the eye. Like I said, I'll just take a look real quick, see what they're doing if nothing's going on tonight, while I'm doing the games. And the thing is that I always am plugging something else, which I need to stop doing, but that ABC Family Channel, this is just funny, but they show a lot of the Christmas shows that they have on were Christmas shows when I was a kid. And they're so lame looking, and my kids love watching them.
Are they in black and white?
All right. Stop it. But my kids love watching them, and I watch them too. And my kids laugh because some of the songs, I can still remember how some of the songs go. So I'm singing some of the songs, like the Heat Miser song, and just some of the funny stuff.
That's cool.
It's just stupid funny, but it's a good time with my troop. So I like doing it. So some of that ends up getting on my TV instead of sports.
Yeah, well, you know what? Luckily for me, my kid is 14 years old, and all he wants to do is watch sports. He could sit through 12 consecutive hours of football with me, bro. So, I'm blessed to have him, doing that stuff. And, hey, guess I trained him properly, man. So
I can't wait. No, I can't. My team will be down with football, but right now there's football not on because I even though I like basketball, obviously football's king in the house as far as watching, and then everything else can be negotiated. But there is no like the birthday parties and all the stuff that you do on the Sunday, that doesn't go down at my house.
Oh, got you.
So that's why you're able to do probably your week stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And
the week stuff, I mean.
Yeah, my bride is going to be gone all Sunday this week, so I'm very excited about that to just kind of.
Link.
Yeah, maybe we can link and watch a little football, brother. Looking very much forward to it. All right, man. So that's going to do it for the show. Dream. A lot of people out there retweeting us and having a good time. A lot of people commenting on YouTube and rocking and rolling, man. What's up?
Definitely. We got a big thanks to everybody that's involved in the party, everybody that's on YouTube, everybody that's watching, and obviously the competition's already in the lab trying to figure out how to duplicate. That's all right. As soon as you get something, we'll get something else. We're like a PED, son.
Yes, definitely.
As soon as you find out how to test us and find out what it is, we're going to move on to something else. But we want to thank everybody out there that's retweeting us, getting involved on Twitter. Our way of saying thank you for getting up in the morning and kicking it with the two madmen that's in the house. That's me in the hat. It's Key and BU out there. Heavy 365. My boy Terrence Mack is in the house. James M. Thompson. Jim Rome is a douche. Big ups to you, brother. MG86 is out there. My boy Sin City Maverick. Holiday is in the house. My boy Irvin is out there. What's going on, player? BT's out there. Joseph Del Rosario. Mr. Immaculate's out there. Hornet is out there. What's going on there, sir? We got Deeks Picks in the house. We got The Pick is in the house. Also, Jay Cass is out there. Angelo Nunez. JDH24. Total Sports Edge is in the place. We got Razor Marone doing their thing. Benjamin Rose out there supporting us. Jeff Ryan, C. Rodriguez Jr., Mind Funk again. Vegas Jack, Peeper Prez, the ever-present Vegas Girl 92661 is out there. JC, INT, the Betting Brothers are in the house. Crunk is out there as well. Stoopy Bets, MC Money. My man, Mr. Charlie over at the Rec Sport Solution, making it happen. What's going on to you, sir? Jason Riley's out there. Slick Nick Orestes is in the house.
Yes.
Nicholas J's out there. Cash Action Bets. Derry Bouchard, OJFB, Woots GG, and Mario Martinez, just to name a few. So many other people listening and tuning in, and maybe didn't get a chance to retweet, and that's all good because you may be in a place where it's not appropriate for you to do it. You might be in the bathroom stall at work trying to listen to your boys. Hey, you got to get your SBTV Nation daily show in wherever you can get it. We ain't mad at you. Love you to death, all of you as well. Big shout outs to B-Mac and Bobo out in Tennessee. My homies. Also, G Money and Diatuna listening over at NY, and I hear the whole family over there listens into your boys. So thank you guys for your support as well. As always, gang, I am the dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, we are the biggest show in the world, having an absolute ball every single day, 7 days a week. We're 5 days a week on YouTube. And then we do our bonus shows on the weekends where it's audio only, but we have a really good time. We love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. Do your own homework. Get involved in all your own plays. Make all your dreams a damn reality.